The question be now put.
I call Claire Curran.
Mr Chair, I rise to speak on Part 3 of the Environment Canterbury Temporary Commissioners and Improved Water Management Bill. And I think there's a very important question to be asked, and that is who's next. I know that a number of my colleagues have asked that question. The provisions in Part 3 are around the moratoria and water conservation orders, and I want to touch on water conservation orders in my speech. But before I do that, I want to refer to a written question asked by Dr Russell Norman to the Prime Minister on the 9th of February this year, in which he asked, in what regions of the South Island does he expect to see new water storage schemes built next year? And the answer from the Prime Minister was Canterbury and potentially Otago. So, Mr Chair, I think that that gives me the right to stand here today and ask the question, who's next? Are the people of Otago about to have a local authority shake-up as well? And if so, are they going to be consulted? Mr Chair, last year on the 13th of May I spoke in this House to an amendment of Part 3 of the Local Government Auckland Reorganisation Bill, and I said to the House that I take democracy seriously. And I said what this government is doing is not democratic, and many of the people of New Zealand who are watching and listening are thinking the same thing. And they're doing that as we speak today. In May last year, I gave the Auckland Super City Bill a title, The Local Government Will Do Whatever We Like Because We Can and We'll Be Doing It to the Rest of the Country Bill. And it seems it is a long title, but I think it's a correct title, and it seems that I was right about the Auckland Bill and about this bill. And I do want to ask the Minister to actually reassure the people of Otago that they're not going to be next. And I stand here as the member for Dunedin South, representing 59,442 constituents, of whom I'm very proud, and I welcome the fact that in my electorate there's a strong and active local authority, the Dunedin City Council, with 14 elected councillors and 11 councillors for the Otago Regional Council. The Otago Regional Council is a strong council, and Dunedin South is a long way from Auckland, but we're not so far from Christchurch. My constituents are united, I believe, on this issue and what they want and expect from their elected representatives, and they want to be listened to, consulted, and they want to have a voice. And the people of Canterbury don't have a voice in this process. So the question is the abolition of more councils on the agenda? Will there be a merger of councils with no consultation with the people of New Zealand to create super councils that remove people's rights to local representation? Is the Otago Regional Council for the chop?
No.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that that's on the record. I want to repeat what I said 10 months ago in this House when I painted a picture in the minds of members and in the minds of all the good New Zealanders who are listening and watching Parliament today, that have a sense of increasing horror. People who are contacting me in my office and contacting me in my office in Parliament, and that at the trampling of the rights of all New Zealanders, and that picture is of a bulldozer, a big bulldozer, because this government is bulldozing the rights of Aucklanders and ultimately the rights of all New Zealanders. And I think if the Minister has given the answer of no to Otago, has the Minister given the answer of no to Wellington and to other regions around New Zealand? Mr Chair, from time to time central government may be required to step in and remove recalcitrant councillors, and I think that the members on this side of the House would agree with that, but no one would expect that the people of Canterbury would have the opportunity to re-elect their representatives at the earliest available opportunity. And one would think that the local body elections scheduled in 6 months' time would be a fair and reasonable time for the people of Canterbury to elect replacements.
Colin King.